there's anyone old enough to remember this, but when I was growing up, when I was 6 years old, my father was offshore at the time of an event, a tragedy called the Piper Alpha disaster, and these next two short poems are dedicated to that, and they go like this. On the rig, alive with heat, a flock of scattered white hats race towards the ocean, hell erupting at their feet. In the galley, men wait cautiously, their white masks stifling their voices as smoke seeps under the floor, landing in the blackness, surfacing in a grill. The flames roll across the sea as the workers wrestle with the searing waves towards fragments of hope, shrouded in smoke, heading back towards the shore. A set of clay figures, hazed in roses, stand upon a granite block, their names etched in gold. One figure faces east towards the sea, one hand clenched beside his head in steadfast defiance, the other hand open, the fingers wilting, afraid to say goodbye. I'm glad we're in the heat of summer now and out of winter, and I'm dreading the day we go back into it, because winter, everybody falls in. And this is a place I visited where I fell ill this winter, last winter round. Sent round from A&E to the Urgent Treatment Centre, where indifferent receptionists slowly register a queuing mob of exhausted people piled on top of one another, on wet and filthy tiles and dented steel benches, where the bins are spilling over with tin cans, sweet packets and baby bottles. Tissue-ridden toilet bowls stand among a flock of paper towels, scattered, discarded, lodged underneath the doors, stepped on by pacing sufferers. Single men with sudden hearing loss, unable to escape the encroaching void inside their own skulls. Babies, coughing babies, held tenderly by mothers whose faces are coarsened and reddened by worry. Athletes with sprained joints, wives with acid burns, children with snot on their faces running over the blotches on their skin, checked over by orderlies examining their patients whose names are smudged into napkins as the hours list back, slowly killing everyone with waiting, waiting, waiting. Time is not a concept. Urgency does not exist at the Urgent Treatment Centre. The nurses see the patients and say they cannot help them. Then sense breaks down into lunacy and helplessness at being treated like abusers or children before being sent trudging away into the blistering snowdrift, leaving behind the mob who wait and wait for help that isn't coming at the Urgent Treatment Centre.